Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carol Turnbow. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a mama. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit athlete. But my passion is nutrition. My passion is teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you'll be hearing from some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and it will remain simple because it's food. It's food that our body needs on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. This is our tri-pack, our fruit, our vegetable, and our berry blend. It is 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. It's better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means is that what is in the product is on the label. So our label, this is our veggie blend, the green bottle. Our label says broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, rice bran, and kale. My favorite part about our label is that it carries a nutrition label. Like I said, it's food in a capsule and only food can carry a nutrition label. We also have our full spectrum of plant-based omegas. Juice Plus has cut out the middleman and went straight to the algae, which is what fish eat to get. So we all heard of omega-3s that we need to get our omegas in. Well, fish eat algae to get the omega. So we cut out the fish, went straight to the algae, and our vegan blend of omegas is made with algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil, and some more oils there. Full spectrum, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The blend of these 4 products together is amazing. It makes you feel great. Along with our complete protein, we have in chocolate and vanilla. Every morning I open a pack. I mix it with water because I'm lazy and I'm usually in a hurry. It's like 4:30. I'm running off to the gym. I swallow my 8 capsules, 2 of each color, and a shake, and it's the best way to start your day. We also have a aeroponic growing system. It's called a tower garden. I can see a couple in the background of some of the people that are on the Zoom call tonight. Love my tower garden. I just brought it in from outside a couple weeks ago and replanted my fall garden, which is amazing. I live in Indiana and I'm going to be growing fresh herbs and lettuces that are going to be ready for Thanksgiving to put on my Thanksgiving table. So I'm super excited about the tower garden. I love that you can have it inside or outside. It's versatile, fits in a small space, and if you haven't heard of the tower garden, make sure you check with someone and find out what the tower garden is. So like I said, we have an amazing group of speakers that are going to be sharing tonight. Pam Shepley is a presidential marketing director plus, which is big, with the Juice Plus company. And she has brought some of her team to share their stories about Juice Plus and what it's done for them and the business as well. So Pam, welcome your team. And if you would go ahead and come on and share and then pass it down to your team, that would be amazing.
Thank you, Carol. And Presidential Marketing Plus may be big now, but I began little. And that's the most important thing for people to remember is that we all start with just ourselves. And I heard about Juice Plus from my sister. Some of you who are on here know her, Gretchen Comstock. And at that time, I was a busy working mom trying to get healthy food on the table for my adolescent daughters. And after some prodding, I wasn't one of those get it right away people, but after some prodding, I agreed to try it because honestly, it couldn't be simpler, as Carol just explained. And I loved that they were focused on children, that they had a program focused on children that we know is the Healthy Starts for Families. So we added it to our diet. And the first thing that it gave me was peace of mind. Before we felt anything or experienced anything, it was just that feeling of peace of mind, which I think is important, that we were getting what we needed every day nutritionally. And over time, not overnight, it gave us our health back. And by most people's standards, we were a healthy family, but Juice Plus took us to another level, putting an end to years of antibiotics, over-the-counter meds, helps with allergies, cholesterol levels, our digestion, And it even helped my youngest daughter focus better in school. And now we can't imagine going a day without it, any of us. So I was a kindergarten teacher at that time. And I knew there were other people that this would make sense to, but I had never done anything like this before. So I was hesitant. But my sister's example was so compelling to me. So I thought it drew me in. It just gave me confidence. And I figured if she could do it, maybe I could do it. And so I became a partner with just the intention of helping some people get healthy and offsetting my own costs. And in the back of my mind, I remember thinking, maybe this could pay down some of my credit card debt. I had no idea it would become so much more. And so I was able to work this alongside my teaching and build it at my own pace, part-time. Although my sister was doing it full-time, I was doing it part-time, and that's the beauty of this. You can do it any way you want. And now it's been 18 years. I can't believe it. And although I've been long retired from teaching, I always say that I'm still a teacher, but just not confined to a classroom. And what started out as a part-time gig has over the years created financial abundance for us. We've been able to say yes to so many of our dreams, traveling, owning a place in Vermont, giving back to causes that matter to us, visiting our girls wherever they may be living, and they live far away. So we travel to all kinds of fun places. And I just love having this flexibility in my life and not being tied to a 9-to-5 job, although it was actually a 7-to-5 job teaching. We had to get there early. Now I get up at 7. My husband's retired and we're able to do things together, but I also have something of my own when he's doing his thing. And it's really good for our marriage. Time together and time apart is a great recipe, I think, for a good marriage. Right now, my husband's sailing our boat down to the Bahamas, and I got to be at home hosting a Juice Plus Live weekend with my girlfriends. And, I'm on this call tonight. And I think if I didn't have this purpose in my life, I could get lonely and I'd miss him more. And I wouldn't be as interesting a person, that's for sure. I also love being part of a health-minded company that represents such an important cause. To me, there is nothing more important than inspiring healthy living, taking care of our earth and each other. I've met some of the most intelligent, kind, ethical, moral, spiritual, and professional people, people who support and root for each other. I've experienced so much personal growth, which has helped me to be more self-expressed in all aspects of my life. And as I look back over the past 18 years, I am truly filled with gratitude, because not only has it changed our life for the better in countless ways, it's allowed me to help thousands of others as well. And I wake up every day knowing that our team is making a difference all around the world. And lastly, I'll just say that I'm really proud to work with a company that believes at its heart in being kind to humankind. It's the most winning business strategy that I know of. And I'm going to pass it on now to Michelina, my dear friend.
Thank you, Pammy. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Michelina, and I want to thank you, Cheryl and Carol and Pammy, for the opportunity to share tonight. I'm so grateful to be with all of you. It's so nice to see so many of you on this call tonight. So I am an SSC with the company. I've been with Juice Plus since 2014. I live in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. And so just a year into the aftermath of the tragedy here, I knew for sure that it was time for me to make a change in my life. It caused a really big shift. One of my best friends had lost her daughter in the tragedy. My corporate job was sucking the life out of me. I don't know if any of you can relate to this. And my health was declining. I was feeling so sad all the time. It was stressful, stressed out a lot. I was sick a lot. I could feel my immune system just felt like it was shutting down. I was on and off antibiotics a lot for sinus infections and ear infections, in and out of the doctor's office. And so you know what antibiotics can do to the body, right? So my digestive system became a mess, and I just felt caught in this really awful negative cycle. Can anyone relate to this? Maybe at some point, right? At work, I had absolutely no flexibility in my hours. It was really demanding. It was a very demanding corporate environment. I was traveling a lot. I had no control over my time. My bosses had control over my time. I had to work really crazy hours. And I really hated being away from my family so much, missing out on my kids' sports and their school events. And if I wanted vacation time, I had to ask for permission way in advance. And I had to line people up to make sure everybody knew what was going on in every deal I was involved in. It was just always so draining. So it was a really difficult time. It caused me to reevaluate everything about my life, my purpose, my skills, what could I do going forward? And what was I doing with the precious time that we have really on this earth? And so I did what I always do when I'm desperate. I got on my knees and I prayed. I prayed a lot, big prayers. God, please help me find the way. Where's the answer? And boom, who appears? But my friend Joyce. And I don't think she could be on this call tonight, but I'm so grateful that she came into my life. Joyce was my yoga teacher. So she invited me to learn about the Juice Plus business and the community. And everything she shared checked all the boxes for me, right? The products helped my entire family get off our over-the-counter medications. My son was on an asthma inhaler. We were able to get rid of that. Goodbye to all the sick doctor visits and all the stress related to that. So for anyone who's a working parent, you know what it's like when you're in the middle of a busy day and you've got to go run your kid to the doctor, right? So goodbye to all of that. So I also went from zero flexibility in the schedule to now being able to, this is one of the things I prize the most about what I'm doing, is I can pick up and leave Connecticut and drive to Virginia and spend basketball season on campus cheering for my son who plays college ball. And this is his dream. So I get to be there for him and to cheer him on as he's living out his dream. It's just the best feeling ever. And hopefully for those of you who are parents, you can relate to these kind of precious moments, right? They're so, so precious in life. So the business, as many of you know, was so inexpensive to start. It was literally a no-brainer. I kept looking for the gotchas because I come from a, business analytical, I'm an analytical minded person, couldn't find any gotchas. All I saw was upside. And I started thinking of all the people in my life that I know and love so much who desperately needed what we had to offer. And so I'm really grateful to Joyce and her courage to invite me into the company to take a closer look. I'm super excited to keep sharing our products and our business and this wonderful community because it is so supportive and really helping as many families as we can to enjoy the health and the financial flexibility and the abundance. And as Pammy taught me, everyone deserves that. She has said that many times, everyone deserves that. And so I just want to say that there are absolutely no limits to what you can accomplish here in this company. The only limit is what you have between here, up here. It's whatever you're telling yourself. That's your only limitation. So I just invite you to go for it. You can do anything. And I want to thank you again for your time. And I'm so honored to turn this over to my sweet friend, Marie White, whom honestly, I wouldn't have known unless I was in the Juice Plus company. So that's another just many blessings for knowing everyone who's on this call with me tonight. So take it away, Marie.
Thank you for the introduction and thank you for having me on the call tonight. My Juice Plus journey started 12 years ago when a friend showed me the Juice Plus capsule. I say yes right away because I never heard before that concentrated food in capsule could offer so many benefits. I was ready to try anything because I had eczema and rashes that will not go away. So after 6 months taking Juice Plus, my skin started to clear. I was so excited to call my mother, who knew of my struggle. And she enrolled herself into the program and still is at 95 years old. So I'm so proud to say I never stop and miss a day. The transformation I'm experiencing is quite phenomenal. My gums have grown back. I haven't had a cold in 10 years. I sleep better and I feel calmer. It seems that even as I'm getting older, I have no problems. So I used to worry every time I had any discomfort for fear or having an illness because I didn't know how to treat myself. I was looking in every direction at vitamins or supplements now, and I end up to throw them away. Now I have a peace of mind with Juice Plus and a healthy lifestyle that I learned along the way. I am grateful for the education we are receiving at conference and on a wellness call with doctors, nurses, and holistic practitioners on a weekly basis. I am convinced that Juice Plus reduces inflammation, which is number one of the cause of disease. I am convinced we have a solution for the health crisis. I am convinced we can inspire more people to take Juice Plus and adopt a healthy lifestyles that not only can improve their life, but can save their lives. I am convinced Juice Plus is a foundation for better health. I am a health lover. I will continue to share Juice Plus with people and encourage them to learn more about our healthy living lifestyle. I am proud to be part of a community that makes a huge difference in people's lives. Doing the business gives me a sense of purpose in helping people reach their goals of health, finances, and happiness. Being part of these tribes gives me hope for a better world. Thank you. Now is Noelle's turn.
Thank you, Marie. I also want to thank Carol and Cheryl and Pammy for inviting me to share my story tonight. My name is Noelle Hughes, and I am from New Canaan, Connecticut, and I am a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I was actually introduced to Juice Plus when my children were very young. My son's therapist actually recommended it and gave it to us because my son was diagnosed with ADD. Note, I said gave it to us. She didn't sell it to me, she gave it to me. My children took the gummies. I have 3 children. And over time though, they slowly stopped taking them. And it wasn't because we didn't like the product. It was because I was not educated about the product. I was not educated about the incredible benefits of the Juice Plus, products, and how it has so many incredible benefits for our bodies and how it's beneficial for all ages, not just for children. So fast forward to about 3 years ago, my husband, he was having lunch with a past coworker and friend, Emily Moskowitz, who shared Juice Plus with my husband. And Jim began taking Juice Plus, but he didn't share it with me or the rest of the family. And so Emily was doing some great customer service, follow-up customer service work, and she was doing a 3-way call with her upline, Pammy Shepley, and I happened to be in the car with Jim at the time. And so they said, I know Emily as well. I knew Emily from, business things that she and my husband had together. And so she had said, is Jim sharing Juice Plus with you? And are you taking it? And I said, no, he hasn't. I knew he was taking something, but I really, wasn't paying attention. And so she said, well, and Pam, both of them said, well, why don't you try it? You should try it. So I actually immediately began taking the trio capsules that summer. And I have to say, I noticed immediately, subtle changes. I had more energy. I was sleeping better. And and different things. But I think, and Marie mentioned this as well, one of the things that both Jim and I really noticed right off the bat was, not right off the bat, but after a couple of months, was that our gum health had improved. We have a history of, gum issues in the family. And when we went for our dental visits, it was a noticeable change. And actually the dental hygienist mentioned something. And so, and our gum health continues to be incredible and perfect. I mean, I was just there the other day, and it's, it continues to stay improved over time. And that's one of the research studies. One of the great things about Juice Plus is that we're backed by medical research, and one of them is on gum health. Our family enjoys many benefits of Juice Plus. We really aren't sick anymore. No, allergy symptoms, and I really feel like our immune systems are greatly supported. So that's how I became introduced to the product, and how I became a partner and introduced to the business of Juice Plus. The company was that the same, my upline, Emily, actually continued her great customer service. And she reached out unexpectedly a few months after that 3-way call with my husband. And she invited me to hear a doctor speak in New York City on the health benefits of the Juice Plus product. And I unfortunately wasn't able to go to that talk, but I was curious. And I asked a couple of questions of Emily. And Emily, being courageous, actually said, well, he is speaking again the next day at a regional conference not far from where I live. And because I was curious and intrigued, I told a white lie, got out of something I needed to be at, and I went. And I'm so glad I did. I went because of my curiosity. I went because of Emily's courage. And even at that event, Emily proposed that I join her on this opportunity, this great opportunity of spreading, inspiring healthy living around the world. And I really didn't have to think about it that long. It came at a point in my life where I was looking for something. I was a recent empty nester. I'd been a professional volunteer for most of my adult life after I stopped working and had children. So I jumped in with both feet. And I'm so grateful that I'm on this journey with incredible women and friends who support each other in this common mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And I think that was most evident for me this weekend. Pam talked about, we gathered at her house, and it was just so great. I really realized how much I missed that connection. So, to be together in person was just great. And watching the conference virtually. So one takeaway I had from that, from the conference this weekend, was when they were doing the whole Ditch the Pitch training, they talked about conversations versus presentations. And I think, especially in my journey, conversations are so important with both your teammates and your customers, because if I hadn't had that conversation with Pam and Emily, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have been, in Pam's living room. So I am so appreciative. I'm so grateful for that. And another thing I took away was that they talked about choosing courage, like my friend Emily did with me. Embrace the awkward, embrace the uncomfortable. So thank you. And I'm going to pass it over to Edee.
Thank you so much. So when I began taking Juice Plus, I thought I was pretty healthy, being immersed in holistic healthcare for so many years, and basically wanting to minimize needing to go to the doctor. That was not my idea of a good time. So I was delighted to experience so many benefits from Juice Plus. I used to get a cold once or even twice a year. I rarely do anymore. I love that. I had occasional allergies, and that's rare now too. My gum health went from ordinary to very good. I didn't even know that was possible. And, you know, gum health is very important, connected with many aspects of our health. With the omegas, I no longer needed reading glasses. My brain sharpened up. I am so grateful. It was a kind stranger who had told me about Juice Plus, and that's Pammy Shepley. I want to focus on what in my experiences might be helpful to you. A couple of thoughts. My father was an investigative journalist, and let me tell you, that had its awkward moments as I was growing up. But later on, I felt I must have some of these genes, because something that appeals to me a lot is uncovering corruption and revealing an injustice. And that's how I feel about junk food masquerading as real food, especially for children. I love it that Juice Plus can help. And again, I think back to my father. When he was 65, he had Parkinson's disease. He was an experimental patient for L-DOPA in 1966. When I would visit at home, he was getting very basic food, some animal protein, frozen peas, pasteurized orange juice, buttermilk. I think, what if all people, but especially our elders, had the optimal nutrition Juice Plus provides? I love being part of providing this education. And I also love the Tower Gardens. Since I love to cook, having this fresh produce so handy is exciting. And in our Shred 10 program, I love showing off the meals I prepare. I love being part of letting people know that healthy can also be delicious. And our financial nutritional picture is so important too. Juice Plus has been a lifeline for me. What if Pammy hadn't told me about Juice Plus just before the recession began in 2008? My husband's his heart health was fragile. He and I both realized our academic backgrounds didn't help us much with income during that economically challenging time. My income from Juice Plus helped me keep ahead of debt. I had never been in these circumstances before. Juice Plus helped my husband have many more years of quality life than he might otherwise have had. And I'm certain of this because of the research. After he died in moments after a sudden heart attack in March of 2020, Juice Plus nourished me. In grief, you need things simple. I had a complete smoothie and my Juice Plus every day. I had income that I could continue to build, and it wasn't too demanding. And I had this wonderful, loving community, and I continued to be grateful every moment. So thank you so much. And I'll turn this back to you, Carol.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for coming in tonight and sharing with your heart, your Juice Plus journeys, your stories of health, and also of the amazing company that we work for. I'm sorry, I should say work with. We don't work for the Juice Plus company. We work with the Juice Plus company, the company with a heart and mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. We're here every Thursday night sharing these stories. So I hope to see you next time. Thank you.